So on our recent video that we put out talking about small trading accounts and a small trading account challenge that I personally went through, we got a lot of comments and a lot of them sounded a lot of the same. I basically, in the video, in case you haven't watched it, I had a $900 account deposit and I said that this was a small account challenge trying to grow it. Little did we know, we got a lot of comments from people who said, well, $900 is not a small trading account. So I wanted to clarify that and clear it up and also kind of talk about the topic of how much money you actually need in order to trade. I thought that'd be a good video today, so let's go ahead and get into it right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick. I talk about trading and investing. I try and keep it real, and I think that goes well with today's topic, which is basically trading small accounts and what is a small account? How small is too small? And that sort of question is something that we received quite a bit. And obviously from you guys' feedback on that video where we saw a lot of people saying, well, $900 is not a small trading account, Nick. I wanted to kind of answer that and respond to that idea and maybe even make it into a full video. So when we're talking about a small trading account, there is one thing that Will and I talked about behind the camera, or off the camera. We talked about the fact that, okay, well, to be fair, yes, your US dollar or my US dollar might be different in different countries around the world, right? More money or less money might be required to live off of in other parts of the world. For example, I know that it is a very common thing in Thailand. A lot of people in the US, they take the US dollar that they own and they move to Thailand, and it gets a lot more money for them in that country, right? There's like a little arbitrage there, if you will. And so when you have that concept, it is very true that $900 in the US is a lot less than somewhere in Thailand where $900 could go a long way. Somebody even commented something along the lines of $900, I could live off of that for months in my country, which again, depending on where you are in the world, that is definitely going to be a different topic depending on where you are. But with that said, I do want to say trading, as we know, does require capital, and to me, a small trading account does kind of encompass anywhere from $100 up until about $500 to $1,000 range. It really depends though where you are in the world. Again, your country is going to have a big impact on that. How much, the standard of living or cost of living in your country might be very different in the US. For example, I think like paying rent in where the city I live is maybe $1,000 to $1,500 a month for an apartment. That's just like something to kind of gauge depending on where you are in the world. $1,000 US dollars to $1,500 US dollars per month for like a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. So that's something to think about. It is going to be dependent on where you live. Now, small trading accounts though, they do have a place in the trading world, but there is, in my view, too small. We got somebody who commented and said that their account was made up of $5, and to be blatantly honest about that, $5, it really is a little bit too little to trade with in my view. I'm thinking that the very minimum that a deposit should have, at least in my part of the world, right, the US, $100 in a trading account is like a baby-sized account. That's like trading with a very, very small test account. This is like $100 that you're ready to lose. I'm going to the casino this weekend in Las Vegas. I'm bringing some money that I'm ready to lose. I'm a baby gambler, right? So that's like the equivalent. Is like when you step into trading, $100 in a trading account, that's like you're testing the waters. And when you get into the $500 range, okay, now this is a little bit more like a trial account, right? You get up to $1,000, they're talking about a respectable small account. But here's the thing, right? I don't say that to belittle people who don't have that much money to trade. I'm not saying that to flex on people or anything. I'm not here throwing $100 million into an account saying, oh, this is, everybody should be able to do this. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I am trying to say that when it comes to trading, the honest truth about this industry is that it is a capital intensive industry. Just like any other business that you could go around trying to start, right? You'd want to do e-commerce, you want to do, an in-person, like let's say you want to repair cars in person, or you want to do, touch up on cars, or whatever you want to do, right? It's all going to require capital. And usually, think about it for yourself. Does a business usually cost less than $1,000 to start? Usually not. Maybe in rare instances, but for the most part, it costs money to start. My YouTube channel, I think I spent upfront just to get my YouTube channel started, which is a very small business back in the day. I was making $0 off YouTube, and I paid probably like $500 total for a webcam and a mic, not including my computer, which at the time was like another $500, $600. So that brings it to like $1,000, $1,100 just to get started on that business. So it doesn't matter what business you're starting. Most of the time, it costs capital to start. And trading, as we talk about regularly on this channel, is a business of some sort. If you're going to treat this professionally, you need to understand that, okay, any business is going to require capital to start. And so for me, $1,000 is still in the realm of a small account. Now, when you get 1,000 to 10,000, we talked about this yesterday, Will and I kind of agreed that, okay, now this is a little bit more respectable. Now, I want to pause though and say something. This is retail. This is retail trading side of things, because all of these numbers are minuscule in the grand scheme of actually the investment and trading world. When we're talking about professional traders, when we're talking about people who really do this thing, you're talking 100 grand is peanuts, right? So you have to keep that in perspective. So when I say small trading account, I'm talking $900. I'm looking at it with the more, like up top, the more professional approach of this. $100 to $1,000 is not even recognizable to people who are institutional traders. Now, obviously, they have a lot more capital, and I understand that. And again, people who don't have a lot of capital in trading, there are solutions to that, and this is what I wanted to get to too. So just because you don't have a lot of trading capital does not mean it's hopeless for you, right? Because a lot of the best traders in the world shoot for realistic gains, 20, 30, 40% maybe. That's like their realm of reasonable, right? The best traders. So you're not gonna make a ton of money on a $1,000 account. That's why it's a small account. However, if you had $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, 20 to 30 to 40%, now you're talking some serious gains. But Nick, I don't have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. How the heck am I ever supposed to get that? The answer to that question is to be able to trade on a technical perspective. Do you have the skill set to actually trade that money? If yes, you can actually get funded. There are plenty of different programs out there. There's prop firms, there's investment groups that may be hiring in your country, wherever you are, that you could potentially get capital deposited for you to trade, and you can share in some of that revenue share. That's how a lot of times some of the traders out there who don't have a lot of capital can get involved in this industry and make a career out of it. Again, this is not something that, the professional traders out there, most of them aren't just sitting around on a laptop on the beach doing nothing. Some of them, sure, maybe they are, maybe they've reached that point in their career. But most of them, what do you notice about Wall Street employees? They're suit and tied up, and they're professional, showing up to business and showing up to work. That's a career. That's not a sit on the beach and do nothing and trade for 20 minutes a day. That's a full-time, dedicated career. Some of those guys work 60, 70, 80 hours a week to manage the hedge funds that are on Wall Street, the big institutional money. That's the professional gang. You're not gonna get that way without having capital invested initially or earning your right to manage money for an investment group or something like that. Again, that's gonna come down to the laws in your country or wherever you are for managing money. Some are more strict, some are less strict. You'll have to look into that for yourself. But that's the route, in my view, for new traders who don't have any money. They're young guys, girls, whoever is trading with small amounts of money. They can find their way into that professional atmosphere purely by building the skill set, showing a track record, and potentially getting a career path into the world of finance and trading and investing. So that's my 2 cents on small accounts. How much money do you need to deposit? Well, if you actually want to be a self-sustaining trader, it's gonna very much depend where you are in the world. For me, it might be very different than somebody who is living in another country where the standard of living costs a lot less, right? If you only need, you have to ask yourself, if I need $1,000 per month to live in my country, like 1,000 US dollars, again, you have to convert it, whatever. But if you need 1,000 US dollars to live, I can't live off 1,000 US dollars here where I live in Atlanta, right? Things are just too expensive. So I need more money than that to live off of. So then you have to ask yourself, okay, well, if I need $1,000 a month, and let's say that's a 2 to 5% gain per month, now you can see you probably need a larger amount of capital, a pretty good sized capital base to make $1,000 per month relatively consistently. Because remember, the other side of trading, sometimes you have winning months, sometimes you have losing months, and this is all assuming that you actually are profitable. It takes time to build that skill set and understand profitable strategies and approaches and things that actually make sense without risking your entire account on a bunch of losing trades, right? You have to be careful with that too. So this is my 2 cents on small trading accounts. How realistic is it to grow? It is realistic, but it takes time. It's not something that you deposit money into an account and have an incredible gain very short term. Now, I want to be clear, on the video that I made, I even expressed it in the video, the small trading account challenge. I addressed the fact that I had an incredibly out of the ordinary month. I had like a 20+% gain on the account, which is not a standard month for me. I wouldn't want to come across on the internet and say, oh, I make 20% per month, because that is really incredible gains. It's not every month that's like that. I may have a negative month this month or the negative month the next month. It really depends the time that you're looking at. So it just so happened that for the video, it worked out really well, but I want to say that that is not how all trading performance looks, and just because you have a small account does not mean you should try and double and triple that money super quickly. You should probably still use proper risk management and all the good stuff that actually equates to trading success in the end. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below, and we'll see you back in the next video.